What's up everybody, Sam here with another Nomad Survival video, and we're going to be doing another Gemstone grind. Basically, it's same modifiers as the other 120 times, but with a different class. We're actually going to be playing the Knight here, and so I wanted to record starting from this third boss, because this is maybe the diciest moment for this whole thing. But I just wanted to show you guys that if you don't like the Whisper playstyle, you can actually play the Knight and have pretty good results just like the Whisper. So this whole thing revolves around defensive stats basically. You're going to be playing the Knight, you're going to want to stack your HP regen as fast as possible, and then you want to get miniaturized up as well. The good thing about the Knight is that you get those bonus HP every single time you hit an enemy when you explode with your weapon skill, so that's going to be a big factor in keeping your HP up. And as you see here, even with the Spectre spawning, they don't really hit that often, and your HP regen is so wild that you're pretty much good. So for the character, we're playing the Knight. For the heritage, I go Nomad just so you get those extra rerolls. In regards to weapon skills, you don't really need anything, honestly. The majority of your damage is going to be coming from the Knight's weapon ability. I picked up just some random things. They're all level 1. Spectral Sword level 1, Fireball level 1, Spectral Bow level 1, and Colorless Glyph level 1. And Ascension's level 5, and that's just because Ascension has that HP regen and SP regen at level 2, and then I've just been picking it up as I see it. In regards to passives though, so Miniaturize is already level 10, Death Sting is level 6. I get this when it pops up, but not, often. It's nice to use it to clear out enemies, that's about it. Spirit of Life, which is going to be your HP regen, you're going to get that to level 10. This is probably the most important one. Just want to make sure that your HP regen is going to be faster than the amount of damage you're taking, plus the HP regen from your weapon skill. Buckler, I've been picking it up as it shows up, not something that's super important because the defense is nice, but retaliation you're almost never going to get to use because you're always going to be taking damage. Vitality, I've gotten a level 10. This is one that I picked up last. I've just been getting it after I finished Miniaturize and HP regen. Study, obviously, if you want the XP bonus, grab this when you can. If you think you might need another ability more than Study, always pick the other ability. Study is just a nice to have, basically. So if you're not in a comfortable place, do not pick up the XP, just roll for a better skill. I've been getting Stamina Potion. You want to get this up faster. I was really slow at this because you want to be casting your weapon skill as often as possible for the bonus defense as well as the HP regen. And then I just decided to pick up a crit because I thought it might be helpful. This is just like a random, just grab this if you want to. And then same thing with Curse. It's something that's popped up very slowly and I grab it occasionally. The nice thing about this is that the map events don't really have any impact. If you are concerned about the damage that you're dealing because the crystals are up and the mobs have additional HP when they're up, you can always go and run into a chest and get the skull invocation. So that's the one that spawns the skull next to you. You can pick it up and that'll take care of all of the crystals. You'll probably get a skull drop anyway, so you don't have to worry about it too much, but I always like to keep these chests next to me because you don't really need any relics. It's just good to have them there in case you need HP, in case you need like a bonus level, whatever it is that you're looking for. So I save them up. I'm playing with 99% movement speed, so it does take a fat minute to get to them, but overall it's pretty simple. And then lastly, the pet is going to be the fox. As always, the fox is the best pet for these situations because you want that additional evasion. I could see you playing maybe the raccoon or the I can't remember if it's an armadillo or porcupine. That's how little I use the other pets, but the one that does damage back to enemies that runs into it, because that's additional defense. But I don't think either of those are going to be as good as the fox in this situation because you have all that evasion, and that evasion is huge for you because it's going to give you additional damage from the fox, because the fox deals damage every single time you evade an ability, so it is highly recommended that you play the fox. Other than that, you basically just pick up whatever it is you want. Once the game gets this late on any of the builds, both the Whisper and the Knight, you just kind of pick up as needed. Like I'll probably try and finish out Death Sting here. I'll probably keep picking up Buckler, but other than that, you can really grab whatever you want. When you're playing Death Sting builds, you can also kind of pick up any weapon skill at level 1, because it's again not about dealing large amounts of damage. It's about dealing damage as often as possible. So that's something that I would recommend, but again, not important because you actually have a much higher DPS with the Knight's weapon skill than you do the Whisperer. The Knight is significantly better at clearing out the bosses when it's playing by itself without weapon skills. So that is one of the nice things about this Knight build. I'm gonna go ahead and just skip to the last boss so you guys can see me clear that, and then we can just do like a brief summary of the build once more in case anyone wants to just skip to that and not watch all this nonsense. Alright guys, last boss about to spawn here. Just wanted to show you guys how simple it is to clear it. This is definitely a different playstyle than the Whisper, I gotta say. I mean, no movement, but still pretty fun. The Fox also takes all of the crit bonuses, so the Fox really cranks out the damage, basically. But yeah, as you can see, you know, your main damage is going to come from your weapon skill, so that's really nice. And just like the Whisperer build, you get around 1230 gemstones. So I'm going to do a brief overview for everyone if you just want to skip here. So as you can see, the modifiers are the same exact as the ones that we ran during the Whisper. And the whole crux of this is going to be playing the Knight and using his ability, just kind of like the Whisperer does for the HP regen. The difference being that you're actually going to be able to output the majority of your damage from the weapon skill of the Knight. So you don't really have to pick up anything else if you don't want to. I went the Nomad Heritage because the Nomad gives you those extra rerolls, and it's very, very important that you get HP regen early on. So something that's really important to be able to dig for those weapon skills you're looking for. In regards to passives, you just want to make sure that you get miniaturized to max level. You want to make sure you get HP regen to max level. And then as your secondaries, you want to go ahead and pick up Vitality for the bonus HP, Buckler for the extra defense, and then SP regen so that your ability is going off as often as possible so that you get that bonus armor and that bonus HP regen as you hit enemies with the explosion. Other than that, you want to go the Fox Pet so that you get that evasion. The evasion is huge here. You want to make sure you have that, as well as the fact that the Fox deals damage based off how many times you evade an ability, so it's very important that you combine those two for the extra damage. In regards to the map events, you don't really have to worry about them too much. The Spectres don't really do that much damage once you get this build online. And for the crystals, if you are really concerned about it, you'll probably get a skull to take care of at least half of them. But if you think it's something that's really important, if you have the last invocation level up, that gives you the skull ability, and if you get a relic chest, you can pick that skull up. That's going to spawn the skull at your feet, and that'll blow up all the crystals for you. So if you're having any issues, do that for the last chest that you see, and then you don't have to worry about it for the rest of the game. In regards to bosses, there's no really concerns here. The hardest one is maybe going to be the second one, and that's just because it has the most HP. The first boss, pretty useless. The third boss, pretty useless. And the last boss will die extremely quickly because your build's just online at that point, and you don't really have to worry about it that much. So the bosses are no big deal. And you'll end up with around 1230 gemstones, the same as the Whisperer. So if you would prefer to go the Whisper over the Knight, sorry, over the Whisper, feel free. It's the little bit of a different playstyle. Maybe you do a little bit more damage. The numbers are a lot higher, so it's a little bit more enjoyable. And it doesn't really revolve around getting that Death Sting passive to clear, because the Knight's weapon skill does so much damage on its own, you don't really need that bonus 99999. Granted, pick it up if you want to. Death Sting is never a bad ability to pick up. If this helps you guys, definitely let me know down below. I really enjoy Nomad survival videos, so I'll keep making them until the game ends, which hopefully will be never. It's going to be a great time with the new updates coming here with the 5th major update. We're going to get all that weapon branching, and if you want to test that out for the characters that currently have it, go ahead and join the Discord and get beta access. It's really simple, and you get to try out all of the things that Fox is putting into the game before it is in the actual game. So it's really nice, it's really simple, and it's a blast to play all of the new weapon branches, so I definitely recommend that. As always guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one.